The salty spray of the Southern Ocean stung Captain Peter Hammerstedt's face as he gripped the helm of the Sea Shepherd vessel. Ahead, a monstrous factory ship, ploughed through the churning waves. This was no ordinary ship, it was a whale processing plant on water, the flagship of the Japanese whaling fleet. Hammerstedt's vessel, was dwarfed by its adversary, but the hearts of its crew burned with a righteous fire. They were on a mission to protect the gentle giants of the deep from the harpoons of greed. Leading this charge was a man who had dedicated his life to fighting for the voiceless Captain Paul Watson. A co-founder of Greenpeace, Watson had become disillusioned with the organization's passive approach to conservation. He craved action, not words. He formed the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, an organization willing to risk everything to defend whales. Their tactics were controversial, their methods unorthodox, but their goal was clear: to make whaling history. The confrontation between the whalers and the activists was a clash of ideologies, a battle between the relentless pursuit of profit and the desperate fight for survival. On one hand, a multi-million-dollar industry clinging to a dying tradition. On the other, a ragtag group of volunteers putting their lives on the line for creatures they had never met, yet were deeply connected to. The stage was set for a high-seas drama, a real-life story of courage, conviction, and the unwavering belief in a cause greater than oneself. Whales. The very word evokes a sense of awe and wonder. These majestic creatures, the largest animals ever to grace the planet, are sentient beings of extraordinary intelligence and social complexity. Their songs, haunting melodies that echo through the ocean depths, are a testament to their intricate communication skills. They form lifelong bonds, nurturing their young with a tenderness that belies their immense size. Humpback whales, with their acrobatic displays and haunting songs, captivate our imagination. Sperm whales, the largest toothed predators on Earth, dive to unimaginable depths in search of giant squid. Blue whales, larger than any dinosaur that ever walked the Earth, are living testaments to the power and fragility of life. These creatures are not mindless eating machines. They are complex individuals with intricate lives and profound connections to their environment. Their long lifespans, some species living for over 200 years, connect them to the history of our planet in a way that few other creatures can match. They are living libraries, their genes carrying the stories of past millennia. To lose them would be to silence these stories forever, to sever a vital link in the intricate web of life that sustains us all. The history of whaling is a tragic tale of human greed and short-sightedness. For centuries, these gentle giants were hunted relentlessly, their bodies rendered into oil, their bones used for corsets and umbrellas. The discovery of petroleum in the 19th century offered a reprieve, but the respite was short-lived. The invention of the harpoon cannon and the rise of factory ships in the 20th century ushered in an era of industrial-scale slaughter that pushed many whale populations to the brink of extinction. The International Whaling Commission, or IWC, was established in 1946 to regulate whaling and prevent its unsustainable exploitation. In 1986, the IWC declared a moratorium on commercial whaling, a decision that offered a glimmer of hope for the beleaguered creatures. Yet, the slaughter continued. 3 nations, Norway, Iceland, and Japan, have continued to defy the moratorium, exploiting loopholes and claiming cultural exemptions to justify their actions. Japan, in particular, has been widely condemned for its whaling program in the Southern Ocean, an area designated as a whale sanctuary by the IWC. The economics of modern whaling are as dubious as its ethics. The industry survives on government subsidies, propped up by a potent mix of national pride and political expediency. In Japan, whale meat consumption has plummeted in recent decades, and warehouses overflow with unsold stock. Yet, the government continues to pour millions of dollars into subsidizing the hunts. Proponents of whaling argue that it is a cultural tradition, an important part of their heritage. They point to the fact that some communities have relied on whaling for centuries, their livelihoods intertwined with the hunt. However, these arguments ring hollow in the face of overwhelming evidence. The whaling industry is no longer a vital source of food or income. It is a relic of the past, kept alive by political maneuvering and a refusal to adapt to changing times. The truth is, whaling is a dying industry, clinging to life support. The demand for whale meat is dwindling, the economic arguments are collapsing, and the ethical justifications are crumbling under the weight of global condemnation. The only thing sustaining this dying trade is the stubborn refusal of a few nations to acknowledge the writing on the wall. That's to Gap 3S. Despite the declining demand and the ethical controversies, the battle over whaling is far from over. Environmental organizations armed with modern technology and global support continue to challenge whaling fleets on the high seas. These activists, often risking their lives, intercept whaling ships, document illegal activities, and broadcast their findings to the world. Their actions have brought international attention to the plight of whales and have pressured governments to reconsider their stance. Gap 3S. In the courtrooms and boardrooms, legal battles rage on. Nations that support whaling face growing opposition from countries and organizations advocating for marine conservation. International treaties and conventions are constantly being debated and reinterpreted as both sides maneuver for advantage. The courtroom is another battlefield where the future of whaling is being decided. Gap 3S, meanwhile, public opinion continues to shift. As awareness of the ecological and ethical implications of whaling spreads, more people are calling for an end to this practice. Social media campaigns, documentaries, and educational programs are changing minds and hearts around the globe. The voices of indigenous communities, scientists, and conservationists are growing louder, demanding a sustainable and humane approach to marine life. Gap 3S. The battle for the whales is a complex and multifaceted struggle involving activists, governments, legal experts, and everyday citizens. It is a fight for the future of our oceans and the creatures that inhabit them. And while the whaling industry may be in its dying gasps, the fight to protect these majestic beings continues with renewed vigor and determination. The outcome is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the world is watching and the battle is far from over. Gap 3S. As we look to the future, the hope is that humanity will choose to protect and preserve our marine ecosystems rather than exploit and destroy them. The battle continues, but with every passing day the tide seems to turn a little more in favor of the whales. Gap 3S. Amidst the ongoing battles and fierce debates, there is a glimmer of hope on the horizon. Around the world, innovative conservation efforts are making a difference. Marine sanctuaries are being established, offering safe havens for whales and other marine life. These protected areas are a testament to what can be achieved when nations work together for a common cause. Gap 3S. Technology is also playing a crucial role. Advanced tracking systems and drones are helping researchers monitor whale populations and their migration patterns more accurately than ever before. This data is invaluable for crafting effective conservation strategies and ensuring that these majestic creatures are given the best chance to thrive. Gap 3S. Community-led initiatives are another beacon of hope. In coastal regions, local communities are taking the lead in protecting their marine environments, from organizing beach cleanups to advocating for sustainable fishing practices. These grassroots movements are proving that change often starts at the local level. Gap 3S. Education and awareness campaigns continue to grow, reaching more people each day. Schools, museums, and online platforms are spreading the message about the importance of marine conservation. By educating the next generation, we are planting the seeds for a future where whales and humans can coexist in harmony. Gap 3S. The support from the global community cannot be understated. People from all walks of life are coming together to voice their support for whale conservation. Petitions, fundraising events, and social media campaigns are galvanizing public opinion and putting pressure on policymakers to take action. Gap 3S. As we move forward, it is clear that hope is not just a distant dream, but a tangible force driving change. The combined efforts of scientists, activists, communities, and everyday citizens are making a real impact. The road ahead may be long, but with continued dedication and collaboration, a future where whales are safe and thriving is within reach. Gap 3S. The horizon is bright with promise, and as we continue to fight for the protection of these incredible creatures, we're also safeguarding the health of our oceans and our planet. The journey is far from over, but with hope as our guide, the future looks brighter than ever. Gap 3S. As hope fuels our spirits, the fight for whale conservation reaches its most critical juncture. This is the final stand, a decisive moment where our collective actions will determine the fate of these majestic creatures. Gap 3S. Across the globe, dedicated activists and organizations are mobilizing like never before. Large-scale protests and rallies are being held to demand stricter regulations and enforcement against illegal whaling activities. The voices of the people are rising louder and more unified, sending a powerful message to those in power. Gap 3S. Governments are beginning to respond, recognizing the urgency and importance of preserving marine life. New legislation is being drafted, aimed at providing even greater protection for whales and their habitats. International agreements are being strengthened, ensuring that whaling bans are not just promises on paper, but enforced with real consequences. Gap 3S. In the scientific community, breakthroughs are happening at an unprecedented pace. Researchers are developing new methods to study whale health and behavior, leading to more effective conservation strategies. The collaboration between scientists, policymakers, and activists is creating a powerful synergy that drives progress forward. Gap 3S. Meanwhile, the general public is more engaged than ever. Social media campaigns and documentaries are reaching millions, spreading awareness and inspiring action. People from all walks of life are joining the cause, whether by donating to conservation organizations, participating in beach cleanups, or simply educating themselves and others about the importance of whale conservation. Gap 3S. The final stand is not just about the whales, it is about the future of our oceans and our planet. The stakes are higher than ever, but so is our resolve. Together we are creating a legacy of protection and stewardship, ensuring that future generations will inherit a world where whales are not just a memory, but a thriving part of our natural world. Gap 3S. As we stand at this pivotal moment, let us remember that every action counts. Every voice matters. The final stand is a testament to our determination, our resilience, and our unwavering commitment to preserving the beauty and diversity of life on Earth. Gap 3S. The journey has been long and challenging, but with hope in our hearts and a united front, we can and will secure a future where whales and the oceans they call home are safe and thriving for generations to come.